The Tuesday Night Tech Show contains adult language, adult situations, excessive alcohol consumption, and a completely drunk live chat room. Listening to the show may cause side effects, such as dry mouth, hallucinations, nausea, oily discharge, mild insomnia, hives, memory loss, facial pain, urinary retention, excessive thirst, tremors, unusual sexual urges, and possible sudden death. Please listen with caution and consult your physician if you begin to experience any of these side effects.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, grab a cold beer and prepare yourselves to listen to the worst podcast ever to come out of upstate New York. It's the Tuesday Night Tech Show. And now, here are your hosts, Mark H. Delps and Bill Dr. Soos Susie.
What a disaster so far, Dr. Soos.
Oh, but don't say that. We've had some funny stuff just recently.
Absolutely.
It was good stuff.
Let me turn you up a little bit here. There you go. You're back. You're here.
I'm back.
Welcome to the Tuesday Night Tech Fail Show for Tuesday, February 12th, broadcasting live on Ustream.tv every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with your hosts, Dr. Soos himself, coming through loud and clear.
And Mark Hitler Delphs.
And this is show number 35, and we had some technical difficulties. We're starting a half an hour late.
We had some technical difficulties.
Show number 35. Who would have thought about it, right? 35 shows, and we
fucked
the whole thing up. They're already beginning.
Now what's the code word now? It's like, Megamix, you said?
Oh, Megamix, yes. There was a problem with Audio Hijack Pro. It was my problem as I put a new computer up here, and I guess all the settings for some reason don't transfer over correctly, and this little Megamix problem. We got bit by this before. If you ever heard the show a long time ago, but I think it's show 13, we got bit by the same thing. And it's fixed. It's all good. Everybody's all calm. Just relax. So, Dr. Soos, what are you doing? How are you doing? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking some nice box Merlot, my box wine with me. I have a cold, so I will actually sound like a man tonight, as my voice is a little bit deeper than usual. And other than that, I don't know. That's it.
I just wanted to quickly thank CyberFox from the chat room. He's live now in the chat room for the podcast listeners. He did help out. He did call in, and with his help, I actually solved the Megamix problem. So thank you, CyberFox. We don't have to read your name again, right? When we read down the list of names. No,
I think he's good.
Good. So you want
CyberFox.
You want to read the names in the chat room for all the podcast listeners that couldn't be here?
Well, let's see. We've got the Audio Murphy. He's always there. He's a little quiet this evening. We've got BTK88, B-Wolf-1, DG Murdoch, as always. The Enema Bandit is there again. GG Ryder, Harvey Frank, and a new one, Jason Daki.
Not sure.
Loudwater, Mind Weapon. Who else do you see?
I see. Where'd you leave off? Oh, Moth the Flame, of course. Natasha's in there. Oscar, of course, is in there. Paycon, Poindexter, Samsa, Soroxa, our friend, is in there. Summit, Techie Gal, Tybee Guy just arrived. The Ustream Ninja, UT fan. And what do we got after UT fan?
Bunch of Ustreamers!
Absolutely right. So podcasters, if you're listening to the show, you need to come here every week. This is where the party is. You got to come in here. There's a lot of people in here. Good time in the chat room. Even though we fucked up tonight getting the show together, everybody still stayed around and stuck around. I thank everybody for that. So, 4 ones, I forgot you. I'm sorry. We forgot 4 ones.
Where was he?
He's in there.
Or she, or whatever they are.
He. They all been there all night long. CyberFox, of course. Thank you again. What's our small talk? We don't have a lot of small talk tonight, do we?
Should we talk about my ulcer?
Please do. Didn't we talk about that last time? You still got it?
We did. Did we talk about my ulcer?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I have an ulcer, but I had the symptoms of a ulcer, so I've stopped drinking Diet Coke because I drink a lot of Diet Coke throughout the day.
Hallelujah. Whose idea was that?
That was yours.
Thank you. And you want to know why? Why was it that my idea?
Because you have a hole the size of a fist in your stomach from drinking so much soda.
I also am of the ulcer club, and I was drinking Pepsi twice a day, and my doctor said no more Pepsi. and no more, sperm down the throat into the stomach. So you're going to cut out those two things, right?
Right. I'm no more sperm.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Just checking it out, because they'll kill your ulcer right there. Absolutely. So.
Yeah. So I stopped drinking Diet Cokes. I actually had one over the weekend because there was nothing else to drink in the house. But I usually drink a bunch during the day at work, and I decided to not do that anymore. So I'm on day like 5 now. Yeah,
it took me about a month to get mine to go away, and now I can actually drink Pepsi once in a while. I can't drink it every day. I'll drink it maybe once a week, but otherwise I'm on Sprite or anything. It's like battery acid. It eats like right through battery acid, that Pepsi and Coke. So it's good for you.
I drink Diet. I thought that was going to save me, but apparently that's not the idea.
No,
but
it doesn't.
I probably shouldn't drink any wine or alcohol or either. But I'd rather live with the pain.
Me too. I could not cut out the alcohol. The doctor was like, "You got to stop drinking alcohol." Nope, not doing it. I'll live in pain forever.
Right. It's like, oh, it's not that bad.
Doubled over in pain.
It hurts the pain. Yeah, I can't shit without crying, but I'm fine.
All right, I want to get this out of the way real quick. We're doing podcastpromo.com where we actually exchange podcast promos with other podcasts. So let me just play this real quick.
Hi, everyone.
Did I not have hand sign last time?
Ever heard of Natline?
All these nerd references.
Check us out.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
You'll find the dumbest man of the week.
Armed teacher steals boys' undies.
An AFI Top 100 movie.
Oh, God, there's a longer version?
Random internet videos.
Seagull that got owned by the space shuttle on launch.
Techno babble.
Giant wall of TVs up, and they turn all of them off.
And a segment we call Media Circus.
Well, Ninja Warrior, only like 2 guys have ever beaten it.
You can find us at natline.com, GNATLINE, or on iTunes.
I'm not sure if I can talk about this, but I'm pretty confident that this is not going to really reach anyone.
So it's like a podcast promo exchange. So they play one of ours, we play one of yours, et cetera, et cetera. That's how it works. So
we're gonna record our promo now. Ready? This is a stupid show. Please listen. Thank you.
Well, it's all about the exchange in the podcast.
All right,
there you go. So please. Any more small talk from you?
No, that's it. What else you got going on?
Well, I've got nothing because I'm still all freaked out because the show, we were ready to record at, normally 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for the podcast listeners, and just fucked it all up to hell. So we fixed it, though. I mean, that's pretty good to fix it on the fly like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We fixed it.
We got it back.
Within a half an hour, we got it back. So I thank everybody once again in the chat room for sticking around. Dr. Soos, please explain what this show is about for all the new listeners, podcast listeners, and people in the chat room.
The Tuesday Night Tech is a show with 2 guys who talk about technology, scraping the bottom of the barrel of technology, science, news of the weird, stupid shit that we can find. And sometimes we have some humor, some comedy, and sometimes you may actually learn something. Rarely.
And don't forget, we actually have this show named by the audience. So how does that work? You want to explain how that works?
Well, it's very easy. If we have a funny saying or groups of sayings, something that came from possibly the actual the stories itself, we can use those. And pretty much anything you could think of, we could use is pretty good.
That made no sense. I don't even know what you just said.
Yep.
Well, technically, what happens is, if I say something funny or Dr. Seuss says something funny or somebody in the chat room says something funny, we'll steal it and we'll make that the name of the show. So last week we had something about boobs. I don't even remember what it was, but it was something funny. So
is it bacon wrap boobs? I think it was
bacon wrap boobs or something along those lines. So you guys actually in the chat room, I think, came up with that, didn't they? We didn't come up with that.
No, I think that was Ellie.
But Dr. Seuss has the record for naming the shows. He's named just about every show, almost out of 35 shows. So. We'll figure it out. As it goes. So you want to do the first story or you want me to do it? It's up to you.
Whew. Well, this is a very important story because this shows the pretty much the end of humanity. And I'll actually copy the link and post this into the chat room. And it's a great idea. They are pen caps that are like the regular Bic caps. They're like pen, like that blue plastic pen cap.
Yes.
Well, these are caps that have utensils on the end. So you have your pen. And you put your pen to the utensil. You have a little knife, a little spoon, a little fork.
Okay.
So I think this is the end of humanity when we move to pen cap utensils. That's the sign of the apocalypse.
How small are these things? The size of a pen cap?
Well, they have like a normal pen cap, but out from the pen cap, the knife looks like a regular plastic knife.
That's pretty weird. Where do you buy these? Where do you see these things?
Apparently, they're on the internet.
Oh, that's great. How much?
It looks like you get a pack of 10 for $8.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that.
So if you're out there, you have a fork. You pull out your pen cap fork. All you have to do is find a pen. You put the pen cap that has a fork on the end of it, and just eat with that. It's fantastic.
That's like the what I saw today was the toilet flushing. The automatic toilet flushers are now down to $20.
Oh, don't start with the toilet flushing.
No, we talked about that on the show before. I want my whole house to be automatic because my kids don't know how to flush a toilet. They can't turn lights off, and my wife can't close a simple door. So I want all this automated. I want my toilet to flush automatically. And I saw one today. If you do a search for it, it's automatic toilet flusher. It was $20 today. For $20, you can have your toilet flush for you.
But you know what's going to happen because you have kids. If it's like an IR thing, they're going to walk in the room and it's going to flush. And they're going to leave.
Good.
Flush.
That flushes all the germs away.
You're going to have no water in your house.
I don't care. We're on the well. Who cares?
You won't have any well water.
No, the ground just does its thing and more water just appears.
The ground pees and makes more water.
I don't know how it works. It just works. Dr. Soos, have you ever lost a laptop?
Never.
Never lost a laptop.
Ever.
Well, apparently this lady has.
Just once.
Raylan Campbell, she lost her laptop by going to, I think it was Best Buy, one of those places. And she decided to sue them. Do you know how much she sued them for her lost laptop?
$8, Jim.
$54 million.
Well, that's about right.
Well, actually, I thought that was kind of a jerky-ass thing, to do. But if you really read the story, at the very end of the story, she's doing it to make a point. Because somebody else sued somebody, I forget who it was. They came up with this ridiculous number. It was $54 million. So she found that story, and she's suing the same, a different company for the same amount to generate publicity and press interest. So she obviously doesn't want $54 million. She's doing it because now she's in every fucking newspaper across the world. Genius. Brilliant. I thought it was a dumb story at first until I read it. And I learned my lesson last week.
See. I'm suing you for $81 million for being an asshole for fucking up the show at half hour late.
I agree. But see, you'd have to pick a number that already, exists. The $54 million seems to be that magic number. So if you ever want to sue somebody, do it for $54 million.
Hold on, let me write that down.
$54 million.
That's with a 5, right?
Could that be a show title, the $54 million show?
The 54 million fuck up?
Well, we can't use fuck. You can't use fuck in the show titles. We can't swear in the show.
54 million screw up.
All right.
The 54 million fail.
54 million fail. I like it. So that's the first one. So we'll just throw that in. That might be a decoy. It might not be the real show title, but we got to have 4. So
this really isn't a story, but this goes back to last week. And those of you that were with us last week, we had an instance where it looked like Mark had started a story, and he thought it was a good story, and then he started reading it, and it became like this hypocrisy of just stupidity. It was just like he's reading through it. Well, I started
hypocrisy of stupidity.
Yes,
that doesn't even make any sense.
Those are two very large words right next to each other.
That doesn't mean anything. Hypocrisy of stupidity.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
It's when you're so stupid that you're hypocritical.
Just go ahead, please.
I have no idea.
Go ahead.
So I was actually reading this thing. I started this item, and it was like books that make you dumb. And then if you read the whole entire article, it's the stupidest thing ever. They basically say that they actually took all these books that you would have read in college, and they actually showed you where on the SAT you would have scored if you read these books. And basically, all the books that you read in college and high school, you're basically stupid.
You're right.
That's basically it. So don't read books.
They're training you to be stupid.
Yes.
All right. So why is the Knight Rider theme playing, may I ask?
Because you're an idiot.
So that was from last week. If you just go back and listen to last week's show, I fucked up royally. That's what he's talking about. I like that.
I started reading this. I'm like, yeah, books that make you stupid. Yeah. SAT, Catcher in the Rye, Moby Dick. What? I have no idea. I have no idea why I started.
So that's exactly what I did last week. So there you go. Now we're even. We're even.
Yeah.
Perfect. I like that, though. Hypocrisy of stupidity. That's a new show title right there. There's 2 in the first 5 minutes. I love it. This dude is dead. There's a show title right there. This dude is dead. Roy Scheider, I should say, not Schneider.
Oh, it's not Roy Schneider? It's not
No,
the guy
it's-
from One Day in a Life?
No, One Day at a Time,
Schneider?
actually.
Or One Day at a Time?
That's the janitor or the custodian, whatever his name was, Schneider from Roy Scheider from Jaws, and I know him from Blue Thunder. I love Blue Thunder, one of my favorite movies with the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he's dead. He's from Jaws, and no, he's not from Brokeback Mountain, CyberFox. So
He's
rest,
not. I
rest
loved
in,
him in that movie.
Rest in peace. Would you imagine having him in the Deadpool? How much money would you have made on him for the
$8.
Deadpool? Totally $8 or $9 easily. He was in 2000.
I just heard that. Hold on, just listen. Dr. Pennybacker is actually watching. He's trying to get into the chat room.
Oh, excellent. Dr. Pennybacker was a friend of ours at work, and he decided to leave work on the East Coast and go to work. Can we say where he works now or not? Is that cool?
I would think so.
Think it's cool? Our friend is actually going to work for a major computer chip company. That's all I can say. I'm not going to go much more than that. But he drove across country by himself, and every day you see the little Facebook updates.
You can do the noise. Do 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 do. Do you have the noise? You have the sound.
What sound are you talking about?
The sound of the company. That Din, din,
No,
din,
I don't.
there you
I don't
go.
have that. I don't have that.
Oh, DG
No, I
Murdoch got it.
I don't have it. Yeah, they're all figuring it out now. But yeah, he's actually cross country now. I don't know where is he now? Where did he end up in the right place, or is he still?
I think I don't know. I think he's in Montana somewhere.
The last I heard, he was crossing the Continental Divide, and I have no fucking idea what that even means. What is the Continental Divide?
You don't know what the Continental Divide is? That's where the continent splits in half, and there's one side, then there's another. Like in the middle of it, there's I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know where it is.
So we had no idea where he was. I thought he was like in Europe by then. I just gave up on it. So
I thought it was in like East Montana. I couldn't figure out.
no idea. Dr. Soos, it's your story. Rest in peace, Roy Scheider, whatever.
Yes, Roy Schneider. How about this story? This is the sour story of the week. Do you hear about Time Warner is going to consider per gigabyte service fee, and they think it's actually because of iTunes of some sort. And Time Warner, apparently they did this in parts of Texas. Have you heard about this?
Yes, they're doing a test in Texas where they're going to actually charge you. What if you're going over, you're doing like a whole bunch of downloading of illegal music. Like we don't do that here, of course. We buy all our music on iTunes.
We'll take a step back. Take a step back from there.
Yep.
If you actually boil it down to the legality stuff, not even the illegal stuff, but look at the legality of this. What this one article was, I think it was on Slashdot. I think I saw this was. What they're going to do is give you, like, say for example, they're going to give you a cap, say 5 gigabyte cap.
Yep.
Right. So it's going to be like $10 extra a month. So what they're trying to do is circumvent iTunes by saying that if you download one HD movie on iTunes, you'll be charged $10 extra. So instead of having what is the cost for an HD movie on iTunes, like $3 or something like that? So now all of a sudden that movie is $13, right?
Yep.
So now they're going to try to like kill that, and then I guess probably say, well, you're going to spend $13 download from iMovie or iTunes, but if you have your Time Warner digital cable, you can just watch the movies on your cable box for $2.99.
I see.
So that's what they think that they're trying to do, trying to parlay that into some extra cash.
That's just not right. Mm-hmm. You made me move over to fucking Roadrunner too, you stupid asshole.
Yeah, well, I think on DSL they're going to charge you $80 for each 5 gigabytes. So
well, I'm going back to DSL. I think after that. No, I want to go to FiOS. FiOS wouldn't charge anything, right?
I'm just going to keep mooching off the neighbors from Wi-Fi.
I'm going to go move in with my mom because she's got fucking FiOS and I don't. So how about that?
I'm going to move in with your mom.
We're all going to move in with my mom.
Everybody, let's go move in with Mark's mom. Let's go, come on.
All right, I got one. This could be the product of the week. I'm not sure yet. I'm not even going to play the music. I'll put this in the chat room. Let me just read the title. Speed up your grocery shopping trips with a rocket-powered shopping cart. This guy.
I want to get the fuck out of the store now!
Andy Tyler from Beccles, England must feel the same way, but he's done something about it. First, he built a gas and liquid fuel pulse jet from scratch using, this is great, instructions he found on the internet.
Not the internet. It's a series of tubes. How can you read that?
He built a fucking pulse jet from instructions on the internet, first of all. Then he strapped himself into a shopping cart he found in a river. He found the shopping cart in a river. And he strapped this rocket on. This thing goes 50 miles an hour with a rocket on the... And look at the picture of him sitting with the gas tank on the front.
That's ridiculous.
Look at the gas tank on the front of the thing.
Ridiculous. He is so dead.
Will he outlive Roy Scheider or... Oh, shit. Never mind. Scratch that. So apparently, if you really need to get your groceries in a hurry, this is the way to do it. What's that big? Is that an exhaust pipe sticking out the back of it? That longer pipe?
It looks like a like you ever see those cars that go down the street go.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like they've got these giant mufflers. It's one of those things. My nephew had one of those. It's like let's make my car sound like a fucking piece of shit. That's what it is.
Where is Dr. Pennybacker to answer these kind of questions? Like, how does this work? There's no way this thing can really work.
I have no idea. It's got something has to do with like the burning alcohol and revolutions per minute or something.
If anybody has a video of that shopping cart in action, I'd really like to see it.
There he is. Dr. Pennybacker chimed in with Newton's Law.
Newton's Law. That's all you need to know. It'll just work, okay? So there you go. There's my product, so-called product of the week. So there you go.
So-called. All right, so here's this. Ready? So you ever have a Game Boy?
Yes, I did.
The original Game Boy?
Yep.
Remember that thing? What was it shaped like?
It was shaped like an iPod, sort of, right?
It was like a giant brick. Now you can actually get real bricks that are in the shape of a Game Boy. It's got the little buttons on it and everything.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
I don't know. Somebody came up with bricks shaped like a Game Boy. So if you want to fashion your patio with the Game Boy-esque, I have two of them in this room right now that I'm sitting in this garage. I have two original Game Boys, the very original black and white Game Boys. I have two of them. They're humongous. If you look at the size of these things. So what they did is they took that design and they made it into an actual brick.
I gotta say, you got me hooked up on the iPhone. You can do NES on the iPhone. So all those stupid little games I used to play, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., Punch Out and all that stuff. Yep, a bomb story. They're calling it a bomb story. They're saying it's a bomb story in the chat room.
What does that mean? Is that new?
4 ones. He just invented it. It's a bomb story.
Oh, I derailed.
You're derailed. You're done.
Wow.
Repairs are complete on the 2 internet cables, or actually, what are they, like 5 now? That were all severed under the ocean. Did you hear all about that? I'm sure you did, right?
Yeah, I heard all about the ocean with the wires and the cords and they're not working and the cut and the left and oh, God.
So basically what it turned out to be was was it like an anchor that was like severed from a boat that was just dragging along the ocean? That's what it was.
I told you.
That was the whole thing. It was a stupid anchor that was just, going along the ocean floor and just ripped up the entire internet for everybody. So they're all complete. So if you guys want to email anybody in Egypt, I think you can...
Thank God, because, the last time I emailed the Pharaoh, I didn't hear anything back.
Cable-eating jellyfish. I think that might be a show title for once. Cable-eating jellyfish.
It's
I like
those fucking fish with the thing that comes out of their heads that makes it look like a worm.
Sawfish.
And they eat babies.
Saw sharks. Something like that.
Shawshank Redemption. Love that movie. Love it.
Go ahead. It's your story.
All right. Remember, we talked about this before. Remember the really bad blue screen of death that we saw like at an AT&T store or something like that?
That was when they had the iPhone displays, right? They had the big iPhones in the front.
Oh, that's right. It was an iPhone display, right? So the blue screen of death.
Yep.
Well, this is the world's largest blue screen of deaths in Las Vegas. The Paris Hotel had this giant blue screen, and then it's funny because they didn't fix it and it kept on going. And actually, there's a part where it went overnight and went into the daylight, and they actually had they're trying to get into Internet Explorer and Microsoft Explorer. They're trying to get through it and stuff, and you can actually.
Are you kidding? You could see them surfing Internet Explorer on a big monster screen.
Trying to fix this thing, and the thing's 7 feet by 12 feet or
that's
some giant
awesome.
size.
That's like Times Square because all that shit in Times Square runs on Windows too, and it always crashes once in a while.
But this is the biggest they've ever seen, and I actually posted a link in the chat room. So
that's funny. Did they have a video of that? That would be a perfect video on YouTube. Absolutely.
No, that's great. It's great.
That's great. All right, let me see what I got here. Let me dig down deep. Let me just make sure. Dr. Soos, it's about that time once again where I like to pull out my once a week Knight Rider story for everybody. This is Val Kilmer is now going to be joining the cast of the new Knight Rider show.
He's 700 pounds.
Val Kilmer is not 700 pounds, is he really?
He is a big fat slob.
You got to be kidding me. Val Kilmer from Batman?
No, Val Kilmer is a big fat slob now.
Oh my God. Prove it. You got to prove it.
He eats babies.
You got to prove it. Well, apparently this was a great story because they hired this one guy to do the voice, his name was Will Arnett. And apparently these fucking jackasses over there didn't realize he did the voice of the GM commercials, General Motors, or one of those car companies, whatever. And apparently they're not the sponsor of the new kit. Ford is. So they never checked this guy's background. He's doing all these voices.
Fat Val Kilmer. Look at him now. He's big
dead?
blob.
He's dead. Great.
He's a big fat blob.
So these fucking assholes never really realized that this guy was doing voices all along. And funny enough, he never mentioned it. Like, you know what? I really can't work for Ford because I'm working for Chevy. I'm sorry. He never mentioned it. So they fucking fired him. You're done. You're out of there. Val Kilmer, Batman, Fat Man is going to be doing the voice of Kit.
There's another one. Look at this one. He's
oh, boy. Boy. Fat Man himself, Val Kilmer, will be doing the voice of Kit. So that's why he's not in the show. He doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Sarrazin wants to put us on the big screen if we watch the F-bombs.
I can't promise anything.
I haven't said the F word in a while.
I did. I've said it like 10 times. Sorry.
Oh, no, I don't swear.
I'll try my best, but I can't promise anything. Fat Man is going to be the new voice of Kit. So there's my Knight Rider story of the week.
All right, this story comes from Travis the Clown.
Oh, God.
And this is very simple. It's very simple. Nothing says I love you this holiday season like LED pasties. You're going to love this. They're pasties with LEDs on the front.
That do what? What do they do?
They light up. I don't know.
Say stuff.
LEDs.
What do they say? Come hither.
They have LEDs. They say, "Come, make love to me, my sweet child."
That is.
Baby.
How does he find this stuff? First of all,
I love you and I love you.
So how much and where can I buy them for myself? For my wife. I'm sorry.
Well, actually.
Can you imagine me showing up to work one day, changing my shirt, putting my work shirt on?
How do you make the pasties? Do you have to kind of secretly measure the size of the areola when she's sleeping? Because what if you make them too small? Then it kind of ruins the effect.
I think they're mostly all the same size. If you really think about it.
No, they're not. Have you ever been with more than one woman? They're all different sizes.
No, actually, I haven't. I've been with my lovely wife for the last 34 years. What are you talking about?
But some pasties would be larger than others, I would think. This is actually off of Instructables. Instructables shows you how to make.
Did you just say areolas?
Yes, that's what they're called.
You can't say areolas on the big screen, you stupid asshole.
I love areolas with milk in the morning. I love that. It's like a new cereal.
Cereal. We talked about that before.
Milk.
We did that 10 shows ago. Areolas. I swear we did that before. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut in.
I don't know, but you can make these on Instructable. Shows you how to make them.
Make areolas?
No, to make the oh god, what the hell was I talking about? The
Travis the Clown.
Things.
You were talking about Travis the Clown.
Travis the Clown. Yes, the pasties.
Pasties. Gotcha.
Outstanding.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
Here. All right, I got one for you. This is another product of the week. I'm in a product of the week mood. Let me put that right in the chat room here. This is something I could use, Dr. Seuss, because my birthday is coming up next.
Punch in the face?
This is called the beer tracker, okay? And I'll give you a second to bring that up there. Can you see that?
All right, I'm looking.
This is a little bottle.
Oh, that's great.
This is a little bottle opener that has a small LCD display that helps keep track of how many bottles of beverages that you've opened. Like mine right now would say 14. If I had one right here in the studio. It's good to keep track of the count of beverages that you've consumed, so you'll know when enough is enough and you should stop. So that's
the only problem with this is I see that there's only a space for 3. So after about a week, after about 3 or 4 days, you'd have to reset it.
Can you imagine just sitting there the thing goes into the triple digits? You're like,
oh shit.
What do I do now? 999. It's going to stop at 999.
Right. I can't have any more drinks.
My wife would come home every night and look at my stupid bottle opener. You've been drinking 6 drinks? Look at what have you been doing up here? That's awful. How much is this going to cost? I have no idea because I never read the story. So you guys can figure it out yourself.
Did you hear about this? A guy in Sheridan College in Ontario was locked down last Friday because he was a suspected gunman. And apparently, after everything was said and done, the guy actually had a tripod. And he was walking around with the tripod on his shoulder, ready to take photographs, and someone saw the shadow and called in that there was a gunman on campus, and they tackled this guy and arrested him.
Dumb. That's not a real story.
It's true.
It's stupid.
It's true.
It's stupid.
It's
It has
real.
nothing to do with anything. What are you talking about? They're going to derail you. They're going to derail. Watch the chat room. Watch this. Here it comes. Here it comes. Just wait a second. Derailed 401s. There's one. There's a Ustream link from Paycon. Thank you. Fucking retard. Sorry, I can't swear on the big screen. I mean, effing retard. Sorry. Sorry. All right, you just lost the story for that, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Do you know Woz?
I don't know.
You know Woz? Steve Wozniak?
Not personally.
Not personally. His $7 million house is now on the block. So if you want to go to Los Gatos and live there in California, he's got 4 bedrooms.
Could you be any more white? Los Gatos!
Los Gatos?
In California!
How do you say it? Los Gatos? How do you say
Los
it?
Gatos!
Los Gatos!
Los Gatos! Los Gatos, California!
That's why you're here, because I'm like the whitest white man of all time. So, but listen,
Los Gatos in California!
Listen to how weird this is. He's got 4 bedrooms, but he's got 7.5 bathrooms.
Because he takes a lot of craps.
Does that make no sense? Wouldn't you have more?
Poop.
You got more bedrooms than bathrooms, I would think, in a house. He's got a children's discovery complex, which translates to where we would be doing our show.
Does he find children there? Does he find children? Oh, look at it. It's Jeremy. What are you doing there?
We would be doing our show in the children's discovery complex, I guarantee you. And there was caves designed by the San Francisco Academy of Sciences. There's real caves that they built into this house. So
of course there
are. For $7 million, Dr. Soos, we could,
little caves.
when we get some advertising here on the TNT show, we can go buy that house and do the show from the old Woz house if you want it.
Hey, why does Michael Jackson like 28-year-olds?
No idea.
Because there's 20 of them.
Oh, you're awful. Are you saying that? Are you saying that because the 25th anniversary of Thriller is today?
You know it's Thriller.
Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's today.
I remember at one point in time, I thought for the longest time
that Michael Jackson was a straight man?
No. I remember being a little kid and thinking
that Michael Jackson was black?
No, I kept trying to think I thought Thriller was like 12 minutes long. Like, how often did they play Thriller on MTV?
They played it probably twice a day. If you really think about it, it wasn't that much. They played it in the morning and at the end of the day.
But I was thinking there's got to be a point where they actually must have had it in the rotation all the time. And if they played the video all the way through, it was a very long video. So it must have, could they have played it all the time or what?
I don't even know what you're asking, but there's another joke coming across from CyberFox. Why did Michael Jackson go to Walmart? He's playing the stupid song right now. Because the boys' pants are half off. Look at that, right there, from CyberFox in the chat room. He saved the show twice tonight. Look at that. Twice. Will you turn that stupid thing off, please? We'll play it on the post show. The whole thing.
Fine.
All right, we'll play the whole video on the post show, and you can get it off on the post show. Was that your? What is your story? Is it Michael Jackson? What?
I lost a story.
Oh, you lost the story. That's right.
I was just trying to add something in there.
You have nothing. You have no stories left.
I told you I didn't have any stories.
I got one for you big fat bastard. Talking floor helps your diet and calls you a lazy fatso. This is great. This is
Ow! You fucker! Ow! It hurts!
This is called
the F word. Damn it.
You can't say the F word on the big screen. Diet Floor is a smart talking ceramic floor that will talk to you whenever you spend too much time on top of it at the wrong times. In other words, you go to the kitchen in between meals, stop in front of the refrigerator to see what you can nib on, and shout something like, "Watch out for those extra pounds." Fill in the blank.
Gary, listen. It kind of hurts a little bit when you walk by me. You might want to stop. Stop now. Don't eat the ice cream. Come on now.
No,
this is your floor speaking.
The best part of the story is you can put your own recordings in there. So can you imagine the recordings in front of the refrigerator here?
It's got to be. You know what? This is what's going to happen is some dude is going to buy this floor because his wife is too heavy. He's gonna put it in front of his refrigerator and be like, "Honey, don't eat the ice cream. You're killing me. You're getting too fat." And she's gonna cut him up in little pieces and eat him.
God, that would be awful. But they're envisioning it like at work too, because apparently if you spend too much time, like for example, in front of the water cooler, which nobody does anymore, but that's what they're saying, or the coffee machine, it'll say phrases like, "You should be working now," at which time you should probably grab a stapler and start smashing it.
Right. You should probably just lift up the floor and remove.
That's funny. Imagine that, like, through the whole entire work environment. Like, no matter where you go, the fucking floor starts talking to you. Like, you're urinating way too long, Gary. Yeah. Okay.
Your poop stinks. Come on now.
There's just more work to do. Please move on.
Seriously, move on.
Go ahead.
I could see that if you're standing at McDonald's, they'd be like, "You know what? You really do want to supersize, don't you?"
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're going to turn into advertising, and we're all doomed. Yeah. We're all dead. We're all dead.
Dead. So this strikes me as kind of odd.
Well, do I have to go to the bathroom right now? Is that odd? Because I do.
No, that's normal.
You finish, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. How about that?
How many people actually use checks? Write checks, mail checks, use the mail, anything like that? Because I haven't had a checkbook in years and years. Now my fiance, she still writes checks because that's what she does. But I've never had a checkbook in years. I don't even know how to balance a checkbook. So I always look online, see if I have money. If I have money, I do. If I don't, then it's great. Well, this strikes me as very, very strange. And almost backwards thinking is that coming soon, there's a company that's actually making, I think it's actually a bank that's actually making this particular technology where you can actually take checks that someone gave you. So for example, you write me a check for, you bought something from me. I take your check. Instead of going to the bank, I can just put your check on my scanner that is provided by this bank. It'll scan it in, and then I'll get the money, and it'll deposit it that way.
Cool story. That was a good story.
But does that sound like the most ass-backwards thing right now? In this day and age of electronic banking, I mean, who writes checks?
Exactly. That's dumb. And I'm sure they're going to use 2D barcodes and be done with it, right?
No, it didn't say that. It just said that they're going to use this as possibly a new way for people to deposit checks, so you don't have to go to the bank to actually put your deposits in there.
No, nobody uses checks. I use credit. I use credit cards, but they're not really credit cards; they're debit cards. I mean, why bother?
I don't even have a checkbook anymore.
Yeah, why bother? It's stupid.
But I guess my question is so you scan in the check, and you deposit it. Then do you get in your car and fly down the street to the local bank and cash that check?
I don't know. It's a dumb story.
How would they know?
I don't know. It's dumb. There's no point, and that aggravates me. Like today in the supermarket. You're standing in the fucking line. There's still somebody. I'm sorry, on the big screen. Effing. You're standing in the effing supermarket, and on the big screen. Forget it. Just continue. I'm just to withdraw that whole statement. I'm so mesmerized by the big screen that can't even concentrate right now.
This was the thing that actually likely killed the undersea data cables was Godzilla.
That's great. Thank you. No, I was saying you're still in line at the supermarket, and there's still people writing checks today at the supermarket. Why is that?
Isn't that the worst thing ever?
And they're like so long.
And they're like, and that's price chipper. What is this story? Like, come on!
And they got to pull out the big machine to run the check.
The stores actually try to figure it out where they just say, just write the fucking amount in there. I just said the F word again.
You can't do it on the big screen.
I can't say it on the big screen. God darn it, man.
God, gosh, dang. So F checks.
There's actually a commercial for like Orbit Gun, and they're like dirty word, and the girl's like, "You're a fuzzy furry." It's so funny. It's like if you try to not swear, it's
hard. Now I'm thinking about it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't even pretend to not swear. It's so hard to not swear, but to swear and not swear at the same time is crazy.
My next story actually is not a big story to probably everybody out there, but it is to us because it's about Ustream, Ustream.tv, which you guys are watching us right now on Ustream.tv. There's been a lot of rumors going around lately, and nobody seems to know the answer. They're supposedly, and this is a rumor, they're supposedly in talks with Microsoft for a purchase price of $50 million. So, hey, Brad, if you're watching, if you want to come on right now and clear this up in the chat room, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if this is real or fake, but Dr. Soos, what do you think? Is this real? Is this fake?
I can't really comment on that because I'm in negotiation with Ustream to buy
Can't
them
even
for
say
$7.
negotiations, you stupid ass. I'm in the negotiations with Ustream.
I'm in cahoots with Ustream to buy them for $8.
I would say absolutely not, Brad. Run for your life. Do not let Microsoft buy Ustream because it's not a good idea. Our show's over if they buy it. They're going to cut us right down. We're done. We're over.
Right. Because we couldn't say the F word because we're going to be on the big screen.
Yeah,
I can't
right.
make fun of Balmer.
You just made fun of Balmer. You just lost your job, you stupid idiot.
Ah, damn it.
So if anybody out there knows about what's going on behind the scenes, let us know. I'm very curious to see. But I mean, I hope Brad does well. I mean, Brad's a good guy. I hope Microsoft does not buy him. I hope somebody else like Google. Why can't Google buy Ustream?
Well, why is everything Google? I mean, does Google have to own everything?
Yes, they have to own everything. They have to own everything in this show too. So move on.
All right.
Dead air. Move on.
All right. Let's move on. Okay, let's see. How about the telepresence frame? And this is an interesting concept because what they did is they took the picture frame.
Yes.
And they actually, you ever go to like the hospital where somebody's dying and they have the little thing that goes blip, blip.
Did you ever go to the hospital when somebody is dying? No, you know what? I really haven't been there lately when everybody... Yeah, exactly, the chat room. I try to avoid that too. You stupid asshole.
So you go there when somebody's dying, and they had that little machine that goes blip, 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 right? Well, it's really ugly. So what they decided to do is create like this picture frame to make it look really nice.
Oh,
that you can see the people dying, but it's in a nice frame. But it also has this nice thing where you can actually have live stat feeds. And actually, it's over the internet, so you could be home watching your relatives die. So it's really, really nice.
So
I think
awful.
this is really...
That's such a Dr. Seuss story. I was waiting to hear, did you ever go to that place, the hospital where the people die? Well, now you can play Guitar Hero, and it's hooked right into their machine. You can just play Guitar Hero while they're dying.
But how awful is that?
If you play the right notes, they stay alive a little bit longer. If you fuck up, if you F up, big screen, sorry, they're just going to die. So there you go.
But think about that. It's like how disgusting is this? Like you have like some relative that's dying, and you're like, or like say it was like Uncle Joe, and you hate him. You're like, you know what? Just email me the stats at
awful.
home.
That just gives me the skin creeps right there. Just thinking that I can email your grandmother just died. That's just creepy.
You're like eating dinner, like so. What'd you guys say? Beep off. Frig, man, Uncle Joe died.
And
I gotta go to the hospital.
You know damn well.
Never mind. Hold on. I gotta call into work.
No, you know damn well me and you would love that because we're so unconnected to humanity as it is. We're down at the stupid Coke machines with our stupid credit cards because we can't even put little dimes and quarters in the credit card machine. We want everything to be electronic. That would be perfect for us. I say great story, Dr. Seuss. I love it. I want deathbyemail.com. Get it right now.
Yeah, I thought it was great. The other thing that it does do is it actually creates a black box type thing. So, you can actually, it's kind of creepy, but it'll actually record everything. And then say, for example, there's some issue, you could grab that black box, bring it to your lawyers, and see if the doctor's messed up. But the creepiest thing is the internet feature of watching your loved ones over the internet.
Yeah, that's way overboard. Way overboard. But there you go. Whatever. That's crazy. Speaking about healthcare and all that kind of stuff, let me just pop this in the chat room. Military-grade gel-based liquid bandages have now been approved by the FDA. This is really cool. Look at the picture of this thing. These are spray-on liquid bandages. I'll read it quote by quote here. Aren't a new idea by any means, but a company called BioCure has just received FDA approval for a gel-based version designed to treat combat wounds. But they're going to actually bring this to, I guess, the public. It's a dual syringe. Oh, God. Try to say that again. Dual syringe that combines two different polymers that combine into a gel, spreading to cover and protect the wound. Forget it. Okay, thanks for coming tonight. Tuesday Night Tech, episode 35. See you guys next Tuesday. All right, rock it out of here. Be careful of those wounds out there, everybody. Don't get wounded on the way home. It was a good story. Come on. It would have been such a great story if I didn't say wound. Oh, man. I'm all wound up. That's the problem. Knight Rider derail, take two, right there. I give up. It's all you.
How about the picture of the guys in clubs with spray on tans?
Wound and wound.
You have to see these pictures. There's all these pictures of guys. There's like, ever see those fucking Jersey guys? Oh, I said the F word again.
You can't say the F word on the big screen.
I'm going to get taken off the big screen now. That sucks. So you ever see those guys, those New Jersey guys, where they
with New Jersey guys.
The Guidos. They're like Guidos. Yes, exactly. 411s. They're Guidos. They have their hair all like growing up Gotti. Their hair's all spiked up. Well,
yes, we've seen them.
Well, there's all these pictures of these guys, and they're all looking like I don't know. They look like I don't know what they're supposed to be doing, but they have like spray on tans. There's all these pictures of these guys, and they stick out their lips and everything, and they got the hair pushed back, and they got these spray on tans. I have no idea what's going on with that, but the pictures are absolutely hilarious. There's one picture of the two of them, like they must have been the king of the prom, and they got spray on tans. It's like this orange colored face that they got, and they all have it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Is this a story? Like where are you getting this from?
Yes, it's a story. It was on what the hell? I don't know, some website. It was on Boing Boing or something like that.
If you put too much of that spray tan on it, you could wound yourself, and you'll have to end up in the hospital. So don't get wounded, all right? It's
You're
tough.
going to get all wound up.
You're going to get all wound up, that's right. IBM to download the entire internet. Did you hear about this one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but apparently IBM decided they wanted to download the entire internet. And how do you even explain this story? I don't know what they're trying to get to here.
I on the internet.
IBM decides that they want to, I guess, take all these supercomputers and take the entire internet as a whole and download the entire content of every server, every page, everything you've ever seen onto this bank of supercomputers. I'm not sure, once again, why they would want to do this. Does anybody in the chat room have any idea?
Because you could never be far away from the internet.
They're saying it's a fake story. Let me just copy and
paste
it.
What about downloading the entire Wikipedia? It's like 8 gigs or something like that.
Stupid, right? It's the same concept. It's dumb.
It's like, whew, I just downloaded Wikipedia. Ah, crap, I got to download it again. They updated it.
Yeah, they just changed it. So why is it that you want to download Wikipedia to your iPhone? Just go to the Wikipedia website on your iPhone.
How big is the entire internet?
It's probably in that story, but I don't read stories anymore, so I have no idea. Don't know. I'm sure it's pretty big. With our shows alone, it's probably like 3 or 4 terabytes, easily. Maybe 4.
I don't know. You should look at my stream and see what Hillary says.
I'm not looking at your stream. I'm recording the show. The whole show will blow up if I try to click on a link now. So please do your story so we can get the hell out of here. These poor people have been subjected to enough.
How about Polaroid?
What about him?
Polaroid. Do you have a Polaroid?
Paul.
Polaroid.
Yes.
Great for the early pornographers. Those of you out there who had Polaroid.
We all did it. Don't fucking say you didn't do it. You know you did.
Have you ever taken a naked picture of your girlfriend with a Polaroid? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
There was no digital cameras in our day, Dr. Seuss. You know that.
That's right. I actually remember, I broke up with a girl at one time. We took naked pictures, and we got all done, and we were breaking up, and she goes, "What are you gonna do with the pictures?" And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want? And I forgot all about it. I'm like, I don't know. You can take them. I don't know. We got our pictures taken at Olin Miller's or something like that. I'm like, you can take them. I don't care. She's like, no. What are you gonna do with the pictures? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like,
do you want to show them on the big screen right now for everybody?
Those pictures. Well, she found them. She cut them up. So.
Sarazin wants them shown on the big screen. You don't have them anymore?
No, I don't have them anymore.
Damn it. Sorry. We got to show something good on the big screen.
So Polaroid got rid of, and the funny thing, if I could actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold this moment right here. I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Quick. Nostalgia.
Just make sure it works for the podcast listeners too, you dumbass. They don't get to see the show. They have to hear the show. Right. I apologize, podcast listeners.
Those of you on the video, in the podcast, you guys got screwed because I'm going to show you right here. I have a Polaroid camera.
Wow.
Right here.
Wow. Look at that.
In my garage. And we'll actually switch this up here so you can see it up close. This here is a real Polaroid camera.
I'll bet you there's people in this chat room that have never seen one of those in person, ever. I'll bet you any amount of money.
And this is a one-step close-up. Very, very fancy. And this is what you take naked pictures of your girlfriend with. So what you do is you'd go ahead and you'd like say, hey, baby, what you doing later? And you take a picture of them. And right here, you put like this big cartridge in here. Now, as an art major, Polaroids were great because what you do is you take a picture of somebody or take a picture of something. You take a picture and you have to let it dry. And you could like draw on it. You could sit there and do all these drawings and shit on it. And it would look really nice. It would make some cool art school stuff. It would make you look like you're smoking weed. But this is what a Polaroid camera looks like. And this is an ancient artifact now. And they're not making any more film for it, which is really sad. Because I was going to take some pictures of some flowers.
Yeah, 401s is saying, what are you saying? Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Oh, that's a better song.
What I'm saying is this is a big deal. Polaroid was a big deal. The fact that you could actually record or take a picture and have it instantly, it was the best party thing out there before there were digital cameras. I'm going to be sad. It's a piece of history gone. It's gone forever.
Wow. Garage full of porn. There's a show title right there, I think. Anybody? Garage full of porn? I like it. I'm putting it in. We got like 5 show titles now. We got to weed them down. Hold on. We have to have a vote to vote the fucking show title. Oh, effing. I'm sorry, effing.
Oh, you're off the big string.
Hold on. Let me write that down. Garage full of porn. Okay. So there you go. There's your Kodak moment, whatever you were just talking about. Polaroid moment. Nobody has any idea what you're saying. Just catch your breath. Scientists develop a unique knee brace to generate electricity. I'm surprised you didn't get this one. I thought you were going to grab this one.
No, I didn't have it. I didn't see it.
It's a knee brace. I guess I don't know if you broke your knee or you broke your leg or whatever, this thing generates electricity as you walk. So it can actually charge 10 cell phones at one time while you're walking. So this is probably the future right here. All those people.
Yeah, because you know what? I have 10 cell phones. I mean, at all times.
No, it's not that. It's just all the people that complain about their iPod batteries and they're out in the middle of nowhere and their iPod sucks because the battery only lasts 14 hours and not 16 like the website says. This is
yeah, sir. If you just run around the block a few times,
exactly.
Charge that battery right up there. So here, put this knee brace on and go take a hike.
So there you go. If you want unlimited iPod battery life, you're going to want to get one of these babies. So 5 watts of electricity per leg while walking on treadmills at speed of 2.2 miles an hour. How fast do you walk on the treadmills, Dr. Soos?
2 miles an hour.
So there you go. You could generate enough electricity for 10 cell phones with this knee brace on. So that's medical science for you right there. What else you got? We're running out of time here.
Let's see here. All right. Let's see. We got we have a giant woman sculpture made out of peaches.
Okay.
Remember the sex box story I had?
Sex bot or sex box?
Remember sex box?
Probably not. I was drunk.
There was a thing called the sex box, and it looked like an Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, that was like 3 shows ago. Yep.
And it was actually a Japanese schoolgirl costume.
Yep.
Well, now in Japan again, there's a thing called the sex box core system. It looks exactly like the packaging of Xbox, but inside here actually has a vibrator inside of there. So they actually have a vibrator and a condom and a couple other miscellaneous things, but so they're selling this as a sex box core system, and it actually has the goods in there. So
how much?
I don't know. Japanese stuff. It's 3,000
yen. It's yen. Anybody in the chat room know yen?
3,000 yen.
3,000 yen is how many dollars? 401s. We'll figure it out in 2 seconds. $8. Do we have $9? $10? Anybody in the chat room? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Sold for $10 in American dollars. There you go, right there. 25 cents. Oh wait, 1 Japanese yen equals $0.009353 US dollars. What the hell does that mean?
All right, so then if you divide that by 5, what do you get?
I have no idea what that even means. Can I just say
Hey, this is a math-free zone, all right? This is ridiculous. No math.
1 American dollar equals how many Japanese yen? Let's do it that way. $28. That sounds great. Perfect. I got a creepy one for you, Dr. Soos. This might just end the night here. I'm not sure yet, but look at this thing. Itch-free sleeping gown will make you wonder. Did you see this thing?
No.
Silence. It's all silence. This is...
I'm scared. I'm so
please
scared.
Look at the picture.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy.
This is called dermasilk, It's a material that is made into a ridiculous-looking outfit that regulates body temperature and allows the skin to breathe. Very interesting. And it's being developed by, guess who? The Travelodge hotel chain.
What?
Yes, Travelodge is developing this fabric for whatever reason, and they want you to sleep in this thing in their hotel beds. I don't know why.
Oh, you know why? Because
Why?
they don't want to give you any type of bedding.
Oh, well, there you go. Because later in the story, it says if you sleep in a Travelodge and all of a sudden you get the itchies, you're probably getting it from bed bugs and people's you-know-what. And you know what that means, right?
Poops.
Yep. Poops. So there you go. Apparently you don't have to wash the sheets anymore because you're going to be wearing this little... imagine me showing up to work in one of these things one day. Just, oh, yeah, I slept really great last night. I'm not sure why.
But I have all these scars all over my body.
I got the Dermasilk on last night, so there you go. I'm not sure when or
me
where...
and my girl went to bed the other night. We stayed in a hotel. She wore Dermasilk. I wear Dermasilk, and, well, nothing happened. It's like, remember back in like the 1500s where they used to... You have your first night with your future wife, and they would sew you up in like a pea pod thing so you couldn't touch her. It's like that.
Didn't we do a story about that? Wasn't that the camping thing that you hung from the tree?
Yeah, same thing.
The teardrop that hung from the tree.
Yes.
Okay. Did you get one of those for us to review yet?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll give you one more story, and we got to close this thing down.
What is out of all the letters on your keyboard? What is the number one most popular letter that is used for Google Reader?
F.
No.
A.
Google Reader. No.
A. Shift.
No.
W.
Oh, you're an idiot. Do you even use Google Reader?
I apparently don't. I'm reading it right now.
What is the letter that you use the most often when using Google Reader? They actually track how many times you click on a button when you're using Google
the mouse
Reader.
button.
J. J moves you to the next story.
I don't use J. I use page down.
You're a moron. You ruined my story. What is wrong with you? Why can you not be on the same page with me?
It says page down. Why wouldn't I use page down?
You don't use keyboard shortcuts for anything.
No, I use page down.
What is wrong with you? Who are you?
Page down is the way to go. Everybody, page down. Are you done?
You ruined my story.
Are you done?
How about the household heater that meshes with LCD, acts like a fireplace?
Please, go ahead. One more.
It's an electric heater that has an LCD that pretends it's a fireplace.
That's awesome. That's a great story. I love that story. How much is it going to cost me?
$800.
You got anything else? Or are you done?
Remember I told you about this? The things that have always been true to the class of 2011?
What's that?
Remember I explained this to you?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. But go ahead. Please continue.
Like the kids that are going to graduate in 2011, certain things have always been there. Like the Soos TV.
Yes.
The Soviet Union has never existed and therefore is not really scary. And for most of their lives, major U.S. airlines have always been bankrupt. Smoking has never been permitted on U.S. airlines. Barcodes have always been on everything from library cards to snail mail to retail items. And they have no idea why we need to ask, why do we all need to get along? And there's a whole list of things that, those kids have no idea about anything. They don't even know they don't know what an 8-track is. They don't know what a cassette player is. They don't know what...
CyberDog. They don't know what CyberDog is.
Exactly.
Or Lynx.
They don't know what Berlin Wall is.
Nope.
Humvees have always been for people.
Oh,
they had no idea
good
it was
one.
For the military.
Rick Astley.
They have never rolled down a car window.
They've never Rick-rolled anybody. You're right. Good job. Go ahead.
They have always grown up with their water being bottled.
Yep.
These are good. Nelson Mandela has always been free and a force in South Africa.
What about Keith Partridge?
Never played baseball.
Keith Partridge.
Nothing about him. He's been dead.
Damn. Go ahead.
Let's see. Walmart has always been the larger retailer than Sears and always employed more workers than GM.
Yeah, but the problem is most of the people in the chat room, they're all like saying, what is he talking about? Because this is all the people you're talking about pretty much in the chat room for the most part.
Really?
Yeah, give it up. They're saying give it up. You're done.
Really?
You're over.
Are we that old?
You're that old. You're done. Here's our closing theme.
Thanks to everybody for hanging out tonight. I had
Thank
a
you,
blast.
Mason.
I thought this was a lot of fun.
Dr. Soos, you know what to do here.
This has been the Tuesday Night Tech Show, show number 35.
Fail.
And unfortunately, it's been a ridiculously awful show.
Fail.
With lots of failures and ruined lives of many beings.
And you fucking swore on the big screen, you stupid asshole.
You're such a fucking jerk.
Please tell them how to get back next week, though.
Come back next week to Video.Tuesday Night Tech, where I will be out in Syracuse, New York, doing the show from a hotel room with no internet access.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be a big fail. You want to talk about fail this week? Let's talk about fail next week. That's going to be fail.
Well, it is what it is, but that's what's going to happen. So
no
join
video?
us then at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Video.Tuesday Night Tech, only on Ustream TV. And stay tuned for the Afterglow party where we make fun of Mark and his stupid hypocrisy of stupidity.
Thank you for coming.